What's going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, and I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls 3 lately, hence the gameplay you guys are watching. And by the way, I am absolutely loving it. But I've been thinking to myself lately about why I like these games, and what makes them so special and so great, and why they have such a cult following. So today, I wanted to pose a question, and then give you guys what I think the answer is based on my experiences and my opinion. But that question is, what makes Dark Souls so good? And by Dark Souls, I mean all of the Souls games. So what I think makes the Dark Souls games so great is the way the game provides that feeling of victory and reward. No other game that I can think of provides that same sense of victory and reward and sense of accomplishment. And it's such an incredible feeling. I mean, when you get past a certain area that was giving you trouble, or you finally take down that one enemy that was just kicking your ass, or you finally defeat that boss that you've spent the last 3 to 4 hours on, it's such a good feeling. I mean, it makes you want to jump up and down with joy and scream at the top of your lungs, because you finally did it, and it's amazing. And I think if you were to ask any Dark Souls player, anyone that's played at least one of the games, they would say the same thing. You always talk about that sense of victory, that feeling, that reward that you get when you finally accomplish something in this game. It's such a staple of this genre that's why I think these games are so great. Now, there's obviously a little bit more behind that feeling of victory and that sense of reward, because how do they accomplish that? How do they get that right in all of the games? And I think it's done through a couple of different things here. First and foremost, this game doesn't hold your hand. It's challenging. And so many games these days do that. They walk you through the game, they show you exactly how to play it, and it's almost a linear design aspect of a lot of games these days. And Dark Souls games don't. They don't tell you anything. They show you what the buttons mean, and that's it. The rest you are left to figure out for yourself. And you got to figure out how to take down enemies. You got to figure out how to beat those bosses. You got to figure out how the mechanics work in the game, what the weapons mean, the different things the weapons do, how to level up your character, what all those attributes mean. There's so much depth and detail to this game that you have to learn it all on your own, and that's done by trial and error. That is a big piece of this, because you have to learn from your mistakes. The game is designed in such a way that you learn by playing. You learn by dying. You're going to die in this game. Death is a huge piece of this game, because you're supposed to learn from your mistakes and learn from trying different things. And again, you compare that to games, a lot of games that are made these days, they don't do that. They hold your hand. They instruct you how to do it instead of teaching you through the gameplay. Another way they accomplish that feeling of victory and sense of reward is by testing your patience. As you play these games, you may find yourself in a vicious cycle. And this happens to new players, it happens to myself included, and even some veteran players out there, where you'll make progress in a certain area, or get to a certain point in the game, and you'll die. And then you're kind of upset about that, but you kind of work your way towards back. You got to go get your souls, right? So you're working your way towards back, and then you'll die again, and you'll get frustrated. So then you try to speed through it, because you'd already done this a time or two before, and you're speeding through it and you die. And it's that vicious cycle, because you get so frustrated that you just want to get back to where you were, but you can't, because you keep dying, and on and on and on. And that's where you just got to you either got to take a break or just slow things down. Because this game requires patience. It's going to test you, and if you don't take your time, you get greedy on certain things, you're going to die. The last way I think Dark Souls accomplishes that feeling of victory and sense of reward is because the game forces you to try new strategies. And what I mean by this is that as you're playing through the game, you may find a certain enemy that provides a difficult challenge for you based on your current playstyle, the way you're playing the game. And you can't get past that area. And so what the game will do is it forces you to try new things, because if you keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over again, you're not going to make progress. So you have to be willing to try new things and try different strategies and really learn to adapt to whatever situation you're in. So by doing all of those things, that's how I think these games accomplish that feeling of victory and that sense of reward. Now look, I get it, the Souls games are not for everyone. But I think if you were to sit down and try to be patient, persevere through it, get a sense of that feeling of victory and reward, and eventually it'll just click. And that's what happened to me. It just clicked as I was playing Bloodborne. And I was like, oh, I get it. I finally understood why everyone loves these games, why they're so highly regarded. And now I'm practically obsessed with them, and just I love them. Especially Bloodborne. That one is still, right as of right now, my favorite. So there you guys have it. That is why I think the Dark Souls games are so good. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online.
Yeah, now come up, it's 80 you now if you with me, put your hands up. On the fly, ladies, to the front, go ahead, stand up. Fellas, if you see the one you want, it's on the man.